Hello, YouTube fans. Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I'm actually having this pretty good here or not. Yeah, I just want it to like lean on my laptop for a bit. Okay. So, trying to make sure the time is good and all that. The lighting, I think I need to move forward here. Let me see. Yeah, let's move forward here, because apparently I cannot do what I want to do. Hold on for a minute, guys. All right, we're gonna talk about um um goals. I hope I'm saying that right. We as Titans. All right, I'm gonna show you a video about in talking about the effects of the role of the Titans. Now, this is from he's explaining it from the Godzilla movies now from the United States of how the effective these Titans are with their role. All right, and I just showed you my role. All right, I found this role. I found that role when I was literally just putting that I wanted to put some music with that picture that I showed you of me as a 500-meter tall kaiju, 500-meter tall Titan, and once I found that, it's funny too because I put Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I saw that. I heard that audio, and I'm like, it sounds exactly like my role. It is, you guys know they can't make none of this shit up around here. It literally sounds like my role, and I've done not in this video before, but I have rolled before in the Astro Realm, and these motherfuckers have heard my role before, and it sounds exactly like that. Exactly like that. When I heard that shit, you know how much that shit resonated with me to the point that I was just like, these motherfuckers they're literally showing you it. And I'm over here like, when I first heard that shit, I'm just like, it's funny that they put that and they made it into have you watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out on Netflix? It's from that soundtrack. That is freaking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. It really is. That is freaking hilarious in my opinion. That in a way that my role kind of sounds like a fucking pissed off chainsaw. Makes sense, to be quite honest with you. If you ever looked at Chainsaw Massacre, the Saw's family, and there's a reason why they made Chainsaw Man for a reason. All right, you think they make that shit up and stuff like that? Nah, hell no, man. All right, going back to I was watching something here, but going back, I'm going to show you this video of how powerful all goal is, and you guys got to find out which one is yours. I already found mine, and when I going back when I heard the audio, I was just like, this is my role, and I know it is because I've done it before so many times in the Astro Realm. I even done it when I was here, and I literally split it out. You know, I was going like, yeah, like that, but like really loudly and shit like that. Especially when I'm pissed off or something like that, and I'm in the Astro Realm doing some stuff to these wicked ones, and I'm just destroying them and shit like that. So, and it's funny too, because in the video game, I think it's called Godzilla Saves the Earth. What's this monster called? I forgot. Anguirus. Anguirus does a roar sound, and it depletes the monster's health. A lot of people thought that, oh, that's unrealistic, that's not real, and everything like that. But you're gonna find that is real. If you think that shit's not real, then something's fucking wrong with you. All right. One of the reasons when these motherfuckers came here and they saw us as the Titans, we roared like a motherfucker to the point that their ears shattered, that they died in front of us. Okay? This is not a joke, this is real. I'm going to show you a video about it too, because this orc talks about how Godzilla roar is in the Monsterverse, because I put just all you have to do is type in Godzilla's roar in real life, and you see this video that is from a YouTuber called Danger. Hold on. Do I really need to go? Okay, Danger Valley. Hope I'm saying that right. It's Danger Ville. I'm saying Valley for no fucking reason. But you know how I am, guys. English is not my first language. Cosmic is. So, I know there's some idiots out there going to be like, oh, do the words right. The words right? Do I need to go in depth of how these words are? That these motherfuckers, we're not even supposed to be talking like this anyways. We're supposed to be talking telepathically. Seriously. We're supposed to be talking like dragons. Nah, mota rasa tikara, mota faka kalira, no saka mohala, nitaka fara soto motala, nisoko mola. Right? That's what we're supposed to fucking talk, alright? I'm supposed to be talking like the way we talk. Not to say that we never learned this language, of course we did. But we talked in a different way to each other. We didn't talk like this. The hell's wrong with y'all? The ones I don't know. The ones that want to be ignorant, you know? Sorry, I just love to make fun of the ignorant people because you can't be this ignorant to the point that you just want to bury your hand into the sand. Sorry. So let me take a sip of water here before I continue on with the video. Gotta stay dehydrated, guys. Seriously. So anyways, let's go and continue on with this video here I'm going to show you. Alright. So here we go. Let me put the lighting up here because apparently the lighting does not look good. Oh, look, my lighting is all the way up.
Also considered one of the most widely recognized sound effects in film history, alongside the roar of the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park and the hum of a lightsaber. Originally created for the 1954 film Gojira by dragging a leather glove coated in pine tar resin across the strings of a double bass, which gave us the haunting yet beautiful sound. But let's stop for a moment and imagine Godzilla as a real creature. We've seen many videos of how big an animal can get and whether Godzilla would really be able to exist, but no one's talked about arguably one of the most recognizable aspects, his roar. So today we're going to answer the question, what would Godzilla really sound like?
Now, I'm not going to go, if you really want to search this video of how his roar will really sound like in real life, you could put that. I'm not going to show you that here. I'm just showing you what type of roar that will affect the people when we roar as Titans, all right? I know some people might point out, you know, gods and stuff like that, but we are Titan beings. We have always been Titans, all right? Yes, some people can say gods and all that because Titans are like god beings, but like I said, again, we're elemental beings, we're chaos beings, all right? So again, going back, you could say God and all that stuff, because at the end of the day, if you really know who you are, we know if a brother and sister be like, oh, well, gods and goddesses, I understand and understand what they're talking about. They're basically saying Titans, but to get it more of a cross for people, what we're really talking about is gods, godlike, you know? Because Titans are godlike, basically. So, before they created the gods. So, that's something that I want to mention. Just because I know some people might look at brothers and sisters videos that mention gods, but they'll be like, wait a minute, you guys said that we were the Titans. You can't just go back and say that we're the gods and all that stuff, or goddesses. It's like they only say that so people could understand what they're actually talking about, you know? So that's just me. That's my perspective of how when I see brothers and sisters talk about gods and goddesses, of us being gods and goddesses, even though we're all Titans and Titaness, you know? So I don't really harp on brothers and sisters when they say that because I know what they're talking about, you know? If you know, you know. You know? So let's continue on. So if you don't know, well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to harp on it. We all hate Alon still.
This is always going to be a difficult video to make because unlike my Tyrannosaurus or Spinosaurus sound videos, which are real animals based on facts and scientific research, Godzilla is completely fictional.
That you know of.
That Godzilla could not exist in real life.
That you know of.
He would collapse under the pressure of his own weight.
That you know of.
He would need to eat over 100 million calories per day just to stay alive.
That you know of. You see the bullshit that they need to point out here? Look. The atmosphere is changing. Alright? And we're going to get giant monsters out like this because we used to be like that. Okay? If the atmosphere in these Godzilla movies were not in the high vibration as it is, these Godzilla movies wouldn't be the way they are, to be quite honest with you. You guys got to think about the scientific shit when it comes to these Godzilla movies. They might not tell you it, and that's fine. A lot of these Godzilla movies don't even tell you the scientific stuff. For crying out loud, when Godzilla walks by to the humans, he gives off radiation. The humans get surrounded by him, and eventually they start dying off. They start getting sick. Even in the new Godzilla movie, Godzilla Minus One, it is confirmed in the novelization that the characters that have been around Godzilla are going to die because the radiation. And that, guess what, brothers and sisters, that's us too. That's us. They're talking about us. All right. Yes, there's good and bad radiation, but we have the good radiation. Same thing with the sun and the moon and shit like that. All right. All right. Seriously, don't think about bad radiation once you hear radiation. That's what everyone always thinks about. They never look at the other side of radiation, because once they hear radiation, they're automatically going to be like, oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to get killed. Even though if you're a so-called black and Afro-Hispanic person, you give off radiation automatically. Automatically. Whether you like it or not, you give off radiation automatically. Reasons why, when it snows and you're passing through the snow, that shit melts like that the next day. Because you went right through it. And they showed you this in these Godzilla movies. There's one Titan that looks like a mammoth. And everything that gets destroyed and he walks by, he replenishes it. That's us. That is us, guys. That's us. No one else doesn't have this power but us. And the only way you can figure that out is that if you tap into thyself and you start knowing who you are. No one's not going to tell you this but you. They tell you this in these movies, but you could be and not know it and pass you by over your head and thinking that it's just for entertainment. And then thinking that you're human. Sorry, you're not human. You're a fucking Godzilla. You're a Titan. What do you think people look at you with thinking that you have 100 heads and 100 eyes? Because they're looking at your higher self. They're looking at your aura. They're not looking at the physical you. When these wicked ones look at you, they're not looking at your physical vessel. They're literally looking at your aura and your freaking higher self. And they are scared to see that, especially when you keep tapping into yourself. Right? Because that's when they start noticing. They'll be like, it's almost like that movie, They Live. When they have like a microphone and they're washed, they'll be like, we have an awake one here. We have an alive one here. You know? They know. They know. They put this shit right there in your face, guys. If they put it right there in your face, it means something. Okay? Don't be this gullible. It's 2024 and people still want to act gullible. And that's why it's going to be sad when shit does go down. They're going to be like, everything that I've been taught has been a lie. I'm like, yes, it has. Sorry, you can't program your mind to the point that you need to change your algorithm of your brain. Because you just want to listen to the same people that gave you the bullshit of the same information that you were taught in school. Even though we all agree the school system's a piece of shit and what they taught you is bullshit, but you still will listen to the news, you will still listen to these scientists and all that shit when they don't give a fuck about you. Why are you going to listen to a person you never even fucking got met to begin with? And they have money like a motherfucker. Why are you going to listen to fucking rich fucking people? I don't give a fuck if they're all scientists or not. Stop listening to these motherfuckers. Okay? Seriously. Stop listening to all these motherfuckers. Because they want to warp your mind into thinking that you have certain things. That's why sometimes we die mentally and then we die physically. Because they want you to die here. And once you die here, you die physically. Alright? Seriously, man. Seriously. This is the shit that we need to talk about. Because if not, then some of us are just going to be ignorant and stupid and do things stupid and not... And think that, why is this happening to me? Like, for example, if you want to live a human life, I've lived a human life before. Every time I try to, I get smacked in the face. Not literally, but I get, like, shit happens to me. Bad things happen to me. Because we're not supposed to be in that. We're not supposed to be human. That's how you know you're not supposed to be human. I've known friends and family members that have tried to be, quote unquote, part of society, basically being human, and their life sucks. They go through hell. And they wonder why. And I'm like, because you're a Titan. You're not a fucking human. You're a Titan. Alright? You're trying to be human when your soul and spirit is literally telling you, fuck off. No, you're not. You're better than that. You will never be that. Stop acting like you are. But you can't tell ignorant people that, or the people that don't know, because they need to know for themselves and do their own research for that. Because if you tell anyone that just doesn't know thyself, or is asleep, what we call it, they're just going to freak out and be like, well, I believe. No, it's not what you believe. It's about what you know. Because you saying that I believe is literally putting your energy into somebody that you believe in. It's no different than if you don't believe in God, but you believe in a scientist or believe NASA, you're putting your beliefs on somebody else that you're not supposed to fucking believe in, but yourself. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And you got to make sure it's what you know and not what they taught you. You can't say that, oh, I know this, when it's actually a false thing. That means that just proves right there that you haven't done your research, or you actually haven't tapped in to the planet herself. All you have to do is do that. That's all you have to do. Take off your shoes and plant them on wood, plant them outside. You have to do this constantly. You can't just do it one or twice and then be like, well, nothing's happening. Yeah, because you're not doing consistent. Okay? You have to be consistent. All right? That's why people say that only 1% of people will change this shit. And it's true. And it's already happening right now. Sorry to get on a tangent like that, but I feel like that has to be said. I feel like Spirit has to... It just came out of me, you know. Spirit just wants to say it. So I'll go back to this video right now. So here we go, guys. I just feel like I have to say that, because if I didn't say it, I just feel like I'll be, and then I feel like if I don't say it now and I remember it later, I feel like, damn, I should have said it in this video. So let's go.
For the sake of analysing the sound, let's just pretend that he could exist at his normal size. We're going to compare him to real-life animals based on how loud he would be and how he would make the sound. And for this comparison, we'll be using the most recent iteration of Godzilla from Legendary Pictures. To make the layout of this video easier to understand, I'm going to break it down into layers. How would Godzilla make the sound? Why would Godzilla make the sound? And what would it sound like? Firstly, let's talk about how loud Godzilla would be. Decibels are the unit we use to measure the intensity of certain sounds.
Hear this.
0 decibels being total silence, and anything over 85 decibels being potentially harmful for human beings. For example, a human whisper stands at an average of 15 decibels, and a lawnmower stands at 90 decibels. So where does Godzilla fit into this system? Well, take into consideration that Godzilla is a 393-foot hulking beast of destruction, weighing around 100,000 tons, with footsteps that cause literal earthquakes. During the marketing for Legendary's latest Godzilla film, King of the Monsters, they stated that Godzilla's roar can reach a maximum level of 174 decibels, which is absolutely massive. To draw parallels, that's the same as the loudest speaker that's ever been made, louder than the launch of a space shuttle, an aircraft takeoff, and the Krakatoa volcano eruption. At this level, it has the ability to make windows shatter at long range and cause immediate hearing loss, and potentially death. Yes, death. A loud enough of a sound can cause an air embolism, which is an obstruction of an artery in your lungs, which then travels to your heart and kills you. Alternatively, your lungs might simply burst from the increased pressure. Pretty scary stuff. And Gyros' roar attack from Destroyer Monsters doesn't sound so far-fetched anymore.
Exactly.
But Godzilla is a living, breathing animal. How would his organs function?
Alright. You can watch the rest of that video. I'm not going to keep on going, because that right there, he's just talking about more of how could Godzilla function, how tall he could be, how much of his lungs and all that stuff, obviously. We don't have to talk about that. So that right there just proves what power we have as Titans, guys. When we roar, it shadows the fragment of what these motherfuckers have made. It destroys these beings, man. Just by us roaring, we can literally kill them. Okay? Okay? This folk knows it. People that make the Godzilla movies in America know it. That's why, what is it? Have you ever heard the story that they told of how... They never actually told how they made Godzilla's roar in the Legendary Monster Godzilla movies and the ones I made in America. I wonder why. And then when they did use that, when they test that roar in a city just to hear the echo and the loudness, some people actually call 911, or people were actually freaking the fuck out, saying that, what is that noise? Who made that noise? You know? But it's funny too, because I started questioning. I'm like, you mean to tell me you heard Godzilla's roar from the United States films before they made the first movie in 2014? You mean to tell me they used that roar in a city, and you guys couldn't figure out what it was. If I heard that roar, I would have been like, that is a Godzilla roar. I would have known it flat out because I'm literally that hardcore of Godzilla. I have a figure of him. I have T-shirts of him. I grew up with him. Literally, I grew up with Godzilla since I was literally out of my mom's womb. You know, I've been watching Godzilla ever since. So when you question stuff like that, you'd be like, you need to tell me not one person in that city or town did not put it two to two together and they were like, oh, that's a Godzilla roar. Instead of that, they all freaked out, thinking something's wrong, thinking something's going to happen. You know, I like to think that they make that as a test for what people or in a reaction just to see how people will feel of hearing a 300-meter or 500-meter monster titan. Because we're monster titans, man. We're titans. Some of us look very differently, obviously. I mentioned this before, but this is something that we have to think about. When they say certain things, you'll be like, wait a minute. You know? Especially if you've been a fan of something for a long, long time, and then they tell you that, oh, you know, if you heard Godzilla's roar, and you never heard it before, like if none of these movies came out, for example, right, and they about to do it soon, but they just want to test how the roar is, and they did it outside of your neighborhood, and you heard that shit, what would you think? I would have thought, oh, that is the Godzilla roar. No one else would have not. Anyone that has been a Godzilla fan would have figured that out, you know? Anyone that even knows Godzilla's roar to begin with will even know about that. You don't even have to be a huge fan. You just hear his roar and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's Godzilla. You know? Not that long ago, I even told my mom, like, you know, some people look at me sometimes like I'm Godzilla. And it's true. Seriously. Some people will, like, walk by. For crying out loud, what is it? Not that long ago, I was in Walmart with my mom, just helping her to do compa, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, you see this Asian with her daughter, right? And I'm just letting my sister pass because they were coming in, and I'm just letting them go through and everything like that because I'm holding something for my mom. I mean, no, for my sister, and she's going ahead of me and stuff like that, and I'm just right here, and people are passing me by, and you know how sometimes there's like a you know how sometimes there's like boxes of chips and all that, and people are going from different aisles, but you stay in the middle to make sure people are not, you know, you don't be rude and all that, basically bumping into people and shit like that. So that's what I was doing. I'm just holding it, waiting for people to pass by so I can get through, so I could keep on walking, you know. Um, when the Asian lady passed by with her daughter, I was just sitting there, not moving. I'm just waiting for them to pass by. Her daughter, like, dropped what she had and looked at me like this. She was so scared to look at me, guys. And all I did was just smile and say hi. That's all I did. That's all I did. But she was so scared, and her mom just grabbed her. You know, grabbed the thing that she dropped, and then grabbed her and left, basically. And then I just kept on moving forward. But when I saw that, I just kept in my head. I was just like they know, they do, they know, you know. And when I saw that, I was just like, this little Asian little girl, that's literally a baby, literally saw me as a freaking monster. Literally. She literally saw me as a kaiju giant titan. I'm dead serious. I can't even describe like I couldn't even describe how she reacted because it was something that you literally had to be there, but also at the same time it was just surreal to the point that you were like, did that really just happen? That really did just happen, didn't it? That shit really did just happen. Holy shit. And yes, every time I go to Walmart too, all these orcs look at me like I have freaking like 20,000 heads and a whole bunch of eyes and shit like that. You know? Hey, that's just what happens, you know. But that's really it. I don't want to spend too much time here. That was a little story that I wanted to talk about in a little bit of the end here. But that's really it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. This is what our roar can do. Our roars are very powerful, and they can destroy literally a lot of shit. We literally can move things around the planet to the point that it just destroys buildings, destroys unnatural people that are not supposed to be here. All right, And then when people say, "Oh, that's fucked up," or you can't insert oh, you can't, what is it, force people to do things or some shit like that. I'm over here like, you saying that like an invasion never fucking happened. You know? That's how I know that that's how I know when people, it's funny. They will agree for the wicked ones to leave, but once you mention about these orcs and all that stuff, they'd be like, it's racist and it's fucked up. And I'm over here like, but yet you know there's an invasion, right? And yet and yet in other cultures, even these fake Indians that we call Indians literally said, when the white man came to our land, you guys will agree with them. But once instantly a so-called black brother or sister and a so-called Afro-Hispanic brother and sister mentions it, we're automatically racist. We're automatically fucked up. Right? Right? Because you guys don't want to think. You don't want to think outside of the box, outside of the box, outside of the box. Because you're scared. You're scared. People that don't want to think outside of the box are scared. They're scared. They're scared. They're scared of themselves. Because most people are like, what am I scared of? Yourself, man. You're scared. You're scared to literally look at your higher self, and your higher self looks like a freaking giant dragon with 1,000 heads in a tail that has probably spikes on it and probably can shoot lightning bolts from its tail. I'm just guessing. I just made that shit up. I'm sure there's a being that's like that. But I just made that up because that's what we are, man. We're giant monster titans, man. We have this energy, we have this power that's within us that so many of our people refuse to just go to. They refuse. They refuse, man. I understand. Some people might be like, well, I'll just wait for this other thing. No, man. Nature's waiting on you. Nature's been waiting for you for a long, long time, man. Seriously, you're not supposed to wait. You're supposed to move things forward so other things around you can move forward. Does that make sense? If you don't grow yourself, how do you expect everything else to change around you? Does that make sense? Okay? So that's just me. Alright? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, like I said. Tell me what you guys think down below of what I've talked about. And be safe. Seriously, be safe, guys. Know thyself. Spend time with your friends and family and all that stuff. I know I do. And stuff like that. Always live your life. You know, always live your life. Don't. Obviously, don't get distracted by these motherfuckers. But still, live your life. Live your life. Do what you need to do to grow yourself, grow the planet, and everything like that. Build, meditate, do your tai chi and everything like that. And let's bring this shit to a close, guys. Seriously, let's bring this shit to a close. If you've been watching WH's videos, you know that it's about that high time soon, man. We just need to. Obviously, we have not. What was I gonna say? That now we can just keep growing and growing on ourselves to the point that we're going to the planet for the planet, for her to come to what her state needs to be and what we need to be. All right. And when these wicked ones, once you see how these wicked ones are, and they always showing their true colors, but once it becomes to the point that you can't put your head in the sand, you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight. All right. And when you do fight, don't be surprised that they would do anything possible for you to not take them out. Okay? And you're going to realize how fucked up these beings are once you start fighting them. I'm dead serious. Alright? They're going to shoot you. They're going to, some orc is probably going to go up to you and shoot you with a shotgun in the head, but all you're going to go is go, dude. And then you're going to be like, this motherfucker really tried. He really fucking tried. Trust me, a lot of brothers and sisters are going to be like that. And they'll be like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. And then that's when shit gets really, really going. To the point that we're just going to destroy a lot of shit around here. Alright? And you just got to remember that these beings will never stop without a fight. You know, they were not. So, I'll see you guys. Be safe and take care of yourselves.